With the tailgate open, the first thing I'm going to do is remove the pull strap right here that has a 10mm bolt going through it. And this also secures this panel in place, so I have to have this off in order to remove the plastic panel. Now with the trim tool, go around and pop all of the push clips out. That's going to release this whole cover here. Actually, you have to pull these out as well. And just like a door panel, because this is a window that rolls down, this will slide up. And it'll come off. Next, I want to remove this black plate right here. And before I do that, I'm going to disconnect the electrical connectors because this module can just stay with this. So disconnect this wire right here, this one up here, disconnect these two from right here. And with the trim tool, you can pop these retainers out, or that. Okay, now the wiring harness can just stay right here, and this whole plate can come off. 10mm bolts all around. Okay, remove that. From the outside here, remove this plastic cover, and then remove the 3 10mm bolts. And then make sure you can push this latch in. Perfect. Now if you fish your hand in through here, you can grab it and pull it out, follow the cable, and if it has any securing points, remove it from those, and try and just wiggle the latch out of place. There will be an electrical connector that you can get to from right here once it's off, so disconnect that. It's not easy to get to it, but if you want more room, you can always unbolt this. If you remove all 4 nuts from this window motor / regulator assembly, that will give you a little bit more room. So disconnect the electrical connection. Now you can pull the latch assembly out. And up in there, you can see on the new one, the cable is held in right here, and it's really hard to see, so you have to go by feel. I can't even see it. So if you follow the cable along, pull up towards the window, that's going to unhook it from where it is, and then you can just remove that. And here's your old latch assembly, but I do have to remove this cover off of it and put it on the new one. So I'm going to need a super tiny Phillips head screwdriver. Pop this connector out of here, and then if you just take this plastic cover and twist it, that connector has to push through, basically. Take that out, and there we go. There's your old latch assembly. One thing that needs to be done is this needs to be transferred over to the new latch. So with a small screwdriver, unscrew it off of the old assembly, pull it out, and then position it onto the new assembly. This needs to line up into that slot, and then the top and side screw holes need to also line up. Start in your screws. Be very careful not to cross thread these because they're very small and delicate, so they can easily cross thread. Start them by hand and snug them up. All right, that's nice and tight. And that's nice and tight. Awesome. So let's get this back into the vehicle. Before we do that, make sure that you put this cover back on. It's going to help protect it from any water that falls down from the window. Make sure the wires go through. It's going to be a little tricky getting these wires to go through. Pull the white one through first, then the black connector can follow. There we go. Perfect. Now secure this white one in place right here. And if your cover had any screws, mine had one, go ahead and reattach them right here. All right, so let's get this reattached to the door. I'm going to start by reattaching this cable, and don't worry, I can't see anything either, but basically the cable has to hook itself onto the door handle which is a lot easier said than done. You basically have to hook that into the hole like that, and right here you have to reattach it onto this hook. There we go. I think I got it. Yep, got it. So that's what it's supposed to look like in there. It's really hard to see, not just on camera, but in person too. Now you can bring your latch in and snake it past everything, and then make sure it lines up with the hole that it's supposed to sit in. So now that it's almost in position, don't forget to connect the two electrical connectors. Connect the black one and the white one, and now put it through and line up the bolts. Start in your bolts. Put the cover back on. Perfect. And if you disconnected the regulator / motor, don't forget to reattach it. Next, I'd like to put this plate back in. It needs to slide over these push clips here. Start in all the screws and snug them up. And now plug in all your wiring and re-secure it if it came disconnected here. Now install this panel. Slide it down from the top, from the window here, just like a door panel. And once all the push clips are lined up, snap them into place. Last but not least, install the grab handle. Lastly, reinstall these side trim pieces here. Snap those into place. And you're done.